Multiple blasts have rocked Ernakulam in Kerala. One person has been killed and around 52 injured. There is one person who has, in fact, claimed the responsibility. He goes by the name of Dominic Martin. Uh, but the police is yet to confirm whether he is actually involved in this explosion. Arvind Gunasekar, my colleague, has been tracking the story very closely. He joins us live to try and understand who is this person who is claiming to be a mastermind behind these serial blasts in Ernakulam in Kerala. Arvind, first question, which is on everybody's mind: who is Dominic Martin and what makes him confess to this crime?
Maria, this Dominic Martin is a 48 years old a person who is basically from Thrissur, and according to him, he was part of this very congregation, the prayer meeting that was held, that was organized by this particular group in this convention center. According to him, he was earlier part of the same congregation, and now he has fallen out from this, fallen out of this congregation, and then he has some kind of differences with this particular congregation, and that's why he has told the police that he does not share the belief of this particular congregation anymore, and that's why he wanted to do something, and that's why he has done this. So he himself turned in to the police sometime at around 1 p.m. is what we are being told, at the Kodakara police station in Thrissur. He went to the police station and he told the police that he is confessing for this particular crime. According to him, he himself manufactured this particular IED, and then he himself planted it there, and then he wants to turn himself in this particular case, and that's why he surrendered before the Kodakara police station in Thrissur. The moment he told the police informed all the senior officials, and then senior officials, including the ADG Law and Order. In the hierarchy of police, after the DGP Law and Order, who is the head of the police force, the second in command when it comes to law and order is ADG Law and Order. So the ADG Law and Order in this particular case is currently in Thrissur questioning this particular person who has confessed to this particular crime. Though he is claiming that he is solely responsible for this attack, but the police is not actually completely accepting whatever he is saying. That's why police is also looking for any other circumstantial evidences in order to prove this particular claim. And also police sources do say that a single person alone could not have done this, and that's why police is trying to see whether there are any other co-conspirators who involved in this particular crime. That seems to be the point of investigation as of this moment.
You're talking about co-conspirators here, Arvind, and you say that this person surrendered in Kodara police station in Thrissur rural, and he said that he carried out the blasts in Ernakulam. For the benefit of our viewers who do not know this area, give us a sense. The blast happened during the course of a prayer meeting. He is someone who belongs to this convention center. He goes there regularly to offer his prayers. What makes him so disillusioned that he carries out a blast, and then hours later he goes and confesses to this incident?
Maria, let's put this entire attack in perspective. So this particular congregation, they organized 3 days prayer meeting in this convention center. This convention center is in Kochi district. So today is the last date of this particular prayer meeting, and almost 2,500 people were in attendance according to the police official. So this man, who goes by the name Dominic Martin, he was part of the same congregation at least 3 to 4 years back. He fell out of this congregation 4 years back, and he is not part of the congregation anymore. So he is from Thrissur, according to the police personnel. So this particular attack happened in Kochi, in the Kochi Convention Center, which is in the heart of Kochi. From there, the blast took place at around 9:40 a.m. according to the police personnel, the first blast, and he surrendered before the Thrissur police, Kodakara in Thrissur, at around 1 p.m. And he's also claiming to the police that he fell out of this particular congregation because he does not share the belief of this particular congregation anymore, and he also has several grievances against this particular congregation. So according to the police, he is trying to attribute personal motives as a reason for this particular attack. That seems to be his confession statement to the police, but police is not completely buying in whatever he is saying as of this moment.
Okay, so this Jehovah Witness prayer meeting, which was happening at Zamra International Convention and Exhibition Center, is what we do know. 14-member medical board has been formed after Kerala blasts. Kerala Health Minister has said that they are trying to ensure that all those who are injured, they recover at the earliest. But if the intention or the larger motive Arvind, was maximum impact. Because if you look at it, this congregation, the last day, had hundreds of people present. So, and the DGP has said clearly that there is an IED blast which is there. What do we know about these multiple blasts? Where all did it take place? Because it is being called serial blasts of Ernakulam.
So that's where the reports are kind of conflicting, because according to the police, what they are saying on record is that the first blast took place at around 9:40 a.m. It's a center of the hall, and that's where, according to the police, the explosives were filled in a tiffin box like structure, and then a low intensity improvised explosive device was used in this particular attack, and no shrapnels were there. That clearly shows that this is a low intensity attack, because even the person who planted it, even he doesn't want a large scale impact of this particular attack, and that's why it's a low intensity IED without any sharpness. So though earlier reports did say there were at least two blasts, but what we are being told is that there was only one blast, and because of the explosion, and there were several inflammable materials in that particular convention center, and that burst into flames, and that's where the witnesses said that there were at least 2 to 3 blasts, but according to the police, there was only one IED that exploded, and then the inflammable materials in and around that particular place that went in flames, and that's where there were conflicting reports. Coming to your point, because there are, even in the statement of this particular Dominic Martin, he says that even he didn't want a maximum casualties in this particular case. And that's why he said that he went with the low intensity IED. But if that was the case, why did he choose the last day? Because last day, today, there were almost 2,500 people in attendance. Yes, in the last 2 days, it was not this much of a crowd. If his intention was not to inflict maximum casualties, then why did he go for the last day? It's something that the police is also trying to understand from him. So for now, investigation is still on all angles. But they're also looking into whether, if at all, if they want to buy whatever this man is saying. If, in that particular case, police is also looking into possibility: can a man single-handedly could he have manufactured this IED? Is something that they're trying to get answers from him.
And MHA has come into this picture now, Arvind, after Home Minister Amit Shah had a word with the Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, and it is being said that anti-terror probe agencies, including the NSG, the NIA, have got into it to assist the state government and the police in this investigation. So this is being seen as an act of terror.
This is a clear case of act of terror, Marya, because IED has been planted, and also the forensic team, according to our sources, they have found traces of both ammonium and nitrate. So it's a clear case of terror. There is no ambiguity when it comes to that, and that's why Kerala police has also invoked apart from Explosive Substances Act, and what we are being told is that the Kerala police has also invoked Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So both IES, Explosive Substances Act, and also UAPA, both these charges are a scheduled offense when it comes to NIA. So Sumoto Center can order NIA to take over the investigation, but not leaving any chances in this particular case. And that's where the MHA has also not just sent NIA, but the MHA has also sent NSG. The moment this particular information came to the notice of the MHA, Home Minister spoke to Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who was also in Delhi. They both did have a conversation, after which MHA has assured Kerala of providing all kind of support, and that's where a team from NIA has already been dispatched to Kerala, and also a team from NSG is also on its way to Kerala. Both the teams will be hitting the ground by tonight, and NIA Kochi team is already on the site of the blast, and the NIA Kochi team is already looking into a preliminary investigation. The moment officially after tomorrow, if tomorrow the Kerala government is handing over the files to NIA, then NIA Kochi team will take over the investigation officially tomorrow.
Okay. Since the ADGP is interrogating the man here, who is Dominic Martin, I've been reading some reports, Arvind, which suggest that of course, as you said, that he was disillusioned with this congregation, and that is the reason why he carried out this terror attack. But what was his disillusionment with this Jehovah Witness prayer meet?
According to the preliminary investigation, he himself has told the police that he was part of the same congregation at least 3 years back. and now he's not part of the congregation anymore, because according to them there were several irregularities in this particular congregation, and according to them that this particular congregation is not doing actual service, and that seems to be the basic disillusionment this particular person is citing before the police. But for now, he has given evidence he has provided his mobile to police, which there is a kind of a formula, etc., in this mobile phone that clearly shows that how IED can be manufactured, how IED can be manufactured and planted, etc. So that information, that evidence, he has already given to the police. But the motive behind this particular crime is something that the police is still trying to get more information from him, because according to him, it's clear personal motive. But police is thinking, if at all it's just a personal motive, why would someone go to an extent of planting an IED?
Yes.
That too in a religious meeting. Because even if he has differences with this particular congregation, why would he do something that would go against the very basic foundation of any particular belief? For any particular belief or faith, non-violence, violence is not a tool that anyone can take. So if this particular is saying that I have a problem with this congregation, why would you go and attack the people who came for the prayer meeting? That seems to be some of the issues, some of the questions that the Kerala police is still trying to get answers from this man.
And based on the preliminary findings, as reports are suggesting, that there is a presence of a timer-based explosion with batteries and wires, but no sharpnels. Is that a correct information that we have right now, Arvind?
Yeah, Marya. There were no sharpnels according to the forensic team. There was a timer, there were batteries, and also ammonium nitrate explosive materials were also there. But the nature of the explosives used in this particular attack is something that we are still awaiting final or a formal confirmation from police sources. But from the images that what we saw from the blast site, it clearly shows that there were batteries and also triggering. There was a device that was used to trigger this, and that's why police has safely called it as an IED. But because sharpnels were not used, and also the quantity of the explosives used in this particular attack is also not a huge quantity, and that's why it has been termed as a low intensity IED, improvised explosive device.
And since this is a horrific tragedy, undoubtedly, Arvind, initial reports had suggested that there could be a larger terror module, somewhere hinting at also ISIS. Now, is that something that has been ruled out as of now?
No, Marya, the Kerala police is not going with the mere statement of this particular person who has surrendered before the Kodakara police station in Thrissur. Because according to the police, even a few minutes back, we did speak to one of the senior most officer of Kerala police. He very clearly told us that the Kerala police is still investigating in all the angles. Because according to the investigation, just minutes before this particular explosion took place, there was a blue color sedan car that actually took off from this very own convention center, and that actually sped off. That actually moved away in a much faster pace from this particular location. And the police, when they tried to look into the number of this particular registration number of this particular vehicle, according to our sources, it's a fake number. And that's where the suspicion is actually increasing. Though this man is saying that I committed this particular crime, but because there are other circumstantial evidences that the police have found in this particular case, and that's why police is for now investigating this matter in all the angles. And also, Marya, you very well know Kerala is equally sensitive because the demography is such. Even this particular Kochi, when we spoke to people who are part of this particular locality, they do say that the demography is also kind of sensitive. Like good number of two faith people, group of two faiths, they live in this particular location. And that's why Kochi, though it's one of the most kind of a developed place when it comes to Kerala, like Trivandrum, Kochi, Ernakulam, these are the places that people actually know in Kerala. But Kochi, even demographic wise, in this particular location alone, it's kind of sensitive. And that's why this particular location has been chosen as something the police is also looking into the angle in their investigation, why this particular location was chosen.
Okay, my last question, Arvind, because multiple cities are now on high alert, including Delhi, Mumbai. Uttar Pradesh police has also said that Uttar Pradesh in general is on high alert. Is there some kind of the larger sense that is being felt from your sources in MHA? What are you picking up?
Marya, after the ban on PFI, Popular Front of India, after that ban, there was an alert that was sent to almost all the states to ensure that there should be maximum security, and then sensitive areas should be closely monitored, and also people in the watch list, they should also be closely monitored by the respective state police and also intelligence agencies. So for every state, there will be an internal security team. So each and every respective internal security teams have been alerted to ensure that they do keep a close tab on all these people who are already under their radar. Also, adding to this particular thing is the recent Israel and Palestine issue that's going. So also the international factors that also do play a factor when it comes to domestic security. Also, we do witnessed at least 2 days back in the same state of Kerala that one of the person who is also wanted when it comes to for even if we call it an alleged terrorist activities, he addressed a gathering in the state of Kerala, in the very state of Kerala, and that's where even the intelligence agencies, not just the state but also the center, even for every state there will be something called SIB, Subsidiary Intelligence Bureau, that directly reports to MHA, and state also has its own intelligence bureau. So all these officials, especially when it comes to Kerala, that too with this international conflict going between Israel and Palestine, and that's where they do have a high alert when it comes to places like Kerala. But with this particular attack, alert has been sounded to all the neighboring states. Even in Tamil Nadu, we did speak to our sources in the Tamil Nadu internal security also. Even they have strengthened all the borders. They are also keeping a close tab on all the sensitive zones. They have strengthened the police presence in all the sensitive zones, and also to ensure that the law and order is maintained. That's more important, because after such blast, they have to give the confidence, they have to instill confidence in the mind of people that everything is fine, things are as normal, and peace and tranquility have to be maintained. And that seems to be the priority of all the state police, and even Kerala police is doing that. In fact, all the railway stations, all the religious places have been brought under heavy police deployment, and police is trying to ensure that peace and law and order are maintained carefully.
A quick word from you on those who are injured, Arvind. What is the nature of these injuries?
In the afternoon, we did get an official count from the health minister of Kerala. The health minister did say that almost 36 people were taking treatment at that particular point of time. Of those 36 people, at least 18 were in ICU. Of those 18, all those 18 had at least 50% burn injuries. Of those 18, 6 were in critical condition. That also includes a child. One casualty already reported, a woman. The identity of that woman is still being ascertained, because police could not identify the name and also the address of this particular woman. That is also a part of investigation, because in the gathering, if someone is coming, either the organizer should know it, or the people around the people who were part of the gathering should know who is this particular person. Surprisingly, in this particular case, the person who has lost her life, they could not identify her. Even that seems to be a point of investigation that is still happening. And also, out of the 6 people who are currently critical, there is a child also. That's what we are learning from our sources. So almost 38 people currently under hospital care, of which 18 in ICU and 6 under critical condition.
All right, Arvind, we will be tracking this story very closely with you, and you will be speaking to your sources in Kerala to get us all the details. So this was a special broadcast on NDTV just to update our viewers as to what we know so far on this blast. Thanks so much for watching.